our packers are in the background, so excited to show you the beam outer packaging, which we're really proud of too. I could show you the beam and then get into showing you how it's going to arrive and do a little quick unboxing. That could be quite fun. But yeah, this is the beam. If you didn't see the last live stream, you might not have saw it. So that's it obviously off. This is the beam, 1000 lumens, so point it away, I just don't want to blind you guys. So this is the 1000 lumens. As soon as you turn it on, you'll get the green glow, just to let you know your battery is okay. You don't need to charge it. We're over 25% at least, so this is fully charged. Then if you do a single press again, it will go down into medium. Then we'll go again and we'll go down to our adaptive flash. There's Alan Lambert says hello. Hi Alan, how are you? So that's the beam mounted, and the mount, so it's just long press to turn it off, and that'll again let me know that it's green. I don't need to charge it again, I can go out cycling again. Your mount is designed to just stay on your bike, and we'll see when we do the unboxing, but you get 3 different lengths of straps. Covers most size handlebars, and then your beam. Try not to drop it. I did drop this the very first live, so I said this one, please don't drop anything. And then it's just a twist and rin. So hopefully, people said they love that noise. So hopefully you could hear that. And then I do have an out front mount, which a lot of people were requesting to see as well. And I think last time I didn't actually have one to show you, but they've been so popular. I'll show you that next. Show you the way your beam's going to arrive. Well, it will have some packing. Obviously to keep it safe in the post. More people join. Remember, if you've joined, just comment below if you're waiting on beam plus, and where you're based, and where you're watching. So this is our packaging, which actually goes the whole way around with our little hexagons, which took our designers quite a long time to line up. And then we've got the little, whenever you do open it, you've got your enjoy the ride. Obviously, please recycle me. But we're really happy with these. Does beam work when it's charging, Andrew? No. But you do get a 30-hour runtime on adaptive flash, and that's when it's switching between flashing and solid and reacting to your ride. And we can show you more of a demo of that in the app later on as well. And then obviously when you're unboxing, it will be like this. I think I might have showed you the beam packaging before, but I will show you that closer up again. So this, no problem. Thanks, Andrew. Got our nice little fancy name for this, but I can't remember. So this packaging, and then I'll show you more of the out front mount. So this is the out front mount. So we're on the top here. So the real idea of this is not to use it like this, but to use it like this. So this is something a lot of people have added this on. Okay, a lot more people are joining now as well, so I will do more of an unboxing as well. So this is the out front mount. And the idea is we don't actually have a Garmin with us today, or any other. I can show you as well. So that's actually upside down, and that won't affect the light reacting or anything as well. But that's a really neat sort of solution up under the bars. It's just upside down, computers on top. And someone said actually they had 2 beams, I think, or a beam and a beam plus. Which we would say to use beam plus at reduced brightness, but a lot of people love this when we showed you the photo of the double. It looks very cool. Like, how cool is that? Should we turn them both on? And there we go. Luke was actually testing when the beam samples just arrived, cycling with 2 of them. So I don't want to point it straight out, but we can do things like shine out Johnny behind. You can. And we do have a beam plus with us today as well, so we can show you a comparison between beam and beam plus. But yeah, the USP really is the See.Sense technology. As usual, it's keeping an eye out for you. It's looking for any changes in your cycling, any cars approaching, you swerve to avoid a pothole, anything like that. It will react and keep you visible. And again, with the beam, with the speed and light sensing, it'll be looking for times when you're going that little bit faster and you do need more light. If you're descending, coming down a hill, it'll go into solid for you. And then again, at times whenever you're maybe in a bit more of an urban environment, you've got street lights, it'll get that a little bit less bright for you and go into flashing. So let's do more of an unboxing again. To show you, actually what I wanted to show you was dual out front mount packaging, which looks really well. And the big one that so many were asking for again was what's included. So what is this compatible with? Which is great. So it's totally compatible with Garmin, with cat-eye computers, with mobile devices or flat surface objects. Quite like that one. For Wahoo bike computers, that was the other popular one, and again for Polar bike computers. So all your little adapters are actually included in this. So I think on the last live, people were asking, can I use this with my Wahoo? And we were saying, yeah, I think you need to get an adapter, but we were actually able to make that happen and include them with it. So maybe my light is showing up, but yeah, so everything is included. Philip has commented, what are the differences between beam and beam plus? Which is a good question too. Your main difference is beam plus has the extra 500 lumens, so it is 1500 lumens when it's on full brightness solid mode. And with that comes slightly better sort of battery, larger capacity battery, which means that you do get an extra 50% runtime, which I know a lot of people are using for that as well. With a lot of people have just upgraded to Beam Plus and said they're going to use it on the road and just use it at slightly reduced brightness, which means they'll actually get 50% more runtime. A lot of people are putting Beam Plus on their gravel bikes. A little bit of fun for off-road. But again, a lot of people are just wanted the brighter light with more power and more runtime. But Beam, as you can see, like I've had the beams on, they are still seriously bright. So hopefully you can see me. I can shine on these people behind. But I can do a beam unboxing and show you what it'll be like sort of when it comes through the door.
Yeah.
People are just commenting saying I just want to have it. And again, I think there's a link there if you did want to order it. Again, this is our beam. And we can do a quick unboxing. It's the packaging. And you'll be able to turn it on straight out of the box. And then I'll just show you all, and it comes with absolutely everything. The only thing is that would be extra is that your dual out front mount. So I don't have a table set up with me today, so yep, dropping stuff. That's us. And then this unclicks just like how your mount is. And you got your beam. Just put that there, so keep that one. It comes with your standard sort of handlebar mount, your charger, and it's micro USB, which is quite standard, and 3 different lengths of straps, so it fits sort of all handlebars, and your Allen key. So obviously you can get it straight on the bike as soon as you get your beam in the post. Again, will we show? This is the cute packaging as well. Beam handlebar mount, I quite like that. And show you what comes with it. So a lot of people are obviously ordering spares as well. If you have multiple bikes, if you order the spare mount kit, it just means, say you do have a gravel bike, you can just keep one mount on the gravel bike, one mount on the road bike, and then as you said, it's just a really quick and easy. The one time you say that is click, that's satisfying click, as we all said. I'll go back and look at the comments because I think there's a few more. But yeah, your spare mount has everything again. Oh, and we do have a computer now. This is what we're waiting on. So, out front, dual out front mount. That's our packaging. And we've just got our garment. So the idea of this, which I think you will like, obviously you want your computer on the top, and your beam underneath, so it's just that neat solution underneath the bars, upside down. I keep doing it like this and then wondering why it's flipped, but it's because I flipped the handlebar. So that is quite neat, isn't it? So a lot of people have went ahead and got the dual out front mount as extra. That's the only thing that would be extra, just to have this solution. Got the green LED just showing me there. My run time's looking good. And then we can go down, it'll go down brightness, and then we'll go into our adaptive flash, and that's a 30-hour run time there. And on full brightness, 1000 lumens, we are getting a 2-hour run time. Show that. I think it might be time where we show you the Beam Plus, because I know a lot of you are getting the Beam Plus. So get that there. So this was actually our first Beam Plus light delivered as well. And this is the Beam Plus. If it fits Garmin, it should fit the Hammerhead Karoo, I'm not too sure. But so that's a Beam Plus, so it's in the white packaging. And then I guess what you want to see is the Beam Plus. So nice little product. Don't drop it. they're laughing at me in the back because the first thing I did was drop it on the first live. So really, I guess what would be good is to see Beam and Beam Plus beside. And you can see it's that little bit more like focused, a little bit more sharp. Yeah, Beam Plus is, the normal Beam is just plenty, but so many people have just went ahead with the Beam Plus. So we've got a Beam. You see they look the same. But let's have a little brightness comparison. Okay, so you can already see how bright I'm trying to shine it on our little black box. And again, you can see that. And then if I go with the Beam Plus, let me know if you can see that, if you can see this well enough, if you can see the difference. So Beam Plus and Beam. If I turn one off, so I'm going to turn Beam off and keep the Beam Plus. And then turn Beam Plus off, and I'll show you the Beam. So hopefully you can see that the difference is that little bit more sharp, and it is 500 lumens more. But for the road, Beam is everything you'll need and more, with it reacting. So let's get it down. Yeah. So you'll get a 30-hour runtime on this adaptive flash, which is looking out for you, looking for any changes in your cycling and keeping you visible at times when you do need to be seen that little bit more. And when you have your speed and light sensing on, it will go into solid for you whenever you need it to. So whenever you're descending, you're getting that bit faster. Hopefully will be all of us this year with all of our lockdown training. And it adapts to light as well. So your things like your approaching car headlights, your oncoming traffic, road junctions, roundabouts, and it will react just to keep you that bit more visible again as well. So I can show you the beam support on the app. Yeah, I'll get you after. And then, which beam was it? This one. This is the one we're connected to. But just to show you on the app first, just really quickly. Yeah, we can see that. So you can see the beam support there. So that's my beam. I can turn the power on. So, whoops. Turn the power on, turn the power off. So we've got Get Me Home mode, which you pretty much always have on, which will give you 1 hour of brightness whenever you hit 20% battery, which is really good to just always have that on. You've got speed sensing and light sensing, you can turn that off and on, which is great. Simon's putting Beam Plus on his gravel bike, yeah, brilliant. And then the other thing was, so with this you can see the approximate lumens, which is great fun as well. So you can go down to 300, 500, and that will actually show you that. And that will get you more runtime as well. So that was great, just to show you a little bit of app support. So I'll show you just quickly. Trying to press it. There we go. Power on. Trying to press the phone. Power off. Yeah, and now I think Philip's going to come in, so our CEO. For anyone, I think there's a couple of questions last time just wanting to know a bit more about our founder story and how sort of See.Sense began, and obviously thanks to all of you guys who have backed Beam and backed our products, is that we are still going since 2013. So Phil's going to come in now, and then I can go and help the guys pack a little bit more and get more beams out to you guys, because I know that is what we want. So Phil's going to come in. We're just going to work away.
Perfect.
Hello.
Hi there. If you want to keep an eye on the comments, obviously relay anything as it comes in. Hi folks, how's it going? I'm Philip McLeese, I'm co-founder here at See.Sense. It's my great pleasure to be here today. We're super excited to get Beam out to you. It's been a long time coming, and I can't tell you the level of excitement I have to see your reaction to the light when you receive it. I was up to about 12 o'clock last night just making sure that all the orders have been merged properly so that you get your Beam and all your accessories together in one parcel, just to minimise anything getting lost in the post. I guess I wanted to share a little bit about my experience of See.Sense. Why did we set up See.Sense? What's the meaning behind the brand, and why do we do what we do? I guess the story started around about 2012. I was living in Singapore and I was working for an investment bank responsible for a lot of client-facing IT. And as a busy executive, I had very little time to get exercise into my daily routine. And so, like many of us have done in the last few years, I took up cycling as a way of getting a bit of exercise back into my daily routine. And I really enjoyed it. It was a really nice cycle to work. There was a shared path initially along canals, and then it went on to a section of the Formula One track in Singapore, which is closed. And so I used to cycle down the pit lane and see all the names like Barrichello and Schumacher and Button and all those sort of classic F1 drivers. Give me a little bit of a boost in the morning, and then out onto Singapore's busy roads. And it was really that when I was on those roads, I found that they actually have this concept in Singapore called kiasu, and kiasu means fear of losing, and so they all drive in quite an assertive way, and I found that it was a level of assertion that sometimes went maybe a little bit too far, and I didn't always feel totally safe on the bike, and so I wanted something to improve my personal safety. And so I looked around and I saw that a lot of the cars were starting to get daylight visible running lights, and so I researched that and saw that that was actually European legislation since 2011, and it reduces accidents between, or collisions I should say, between vehicles by between 5 and 10%. And so I figured, well, if something as big as a car needs it to improve its safety, then me and my bicycle, I'd absolutely like to have that as well. But of course the challenge is that to be visible in the daytime you need a very bright light, which tends to be quite big and have battery packs, external wires and that sort of thing. And I started out with those, and it really gave me that extra presence on the road that I was looking for, and I got a lot of enjoyment from the cycling doing that. But I realised one day cycling along that there had to be a better way, and thinking about the smartphone that was in my backpack, I realised that it had a level of situational awareness. It knew, where I was going, what was happening in the environment around me. And so I thought, what if we took the smart sensor technology from the mobile phone and we integrated it into the lights to give them the same level of situational awareness? Then it can flash brighter and faster in response to higher risk situations. So when I'm at a roundabout, a road junction, filtering in traffic, if I swerve around a pothole or another obstacle on the road, then the lights can flash really nice and bright, help keep me more visible on the road and improve my safety overall. And so there was a really active cycling forum at the employer where I was working at the time. And I posted on there and said, hey guys, I'm relatively new to getting back into cycling. A lot of you guys are, out there with your beautiful Italian carbon fiber Pinarellos and all sorts of other really nice bikes. What do you think of this concept that I've come up with? And over the course of a couple of days, I got about 100 replies that said, we think this sounds great, and if you make one, can you make one for me as well? And so it was just the driver we needed to kind of step away from the corporate career, set up the business and see where it could go. We founded, obviously, in 2013, went to Kickstarter shortly thereafter, and we're very grateful to all of you that supported us back in our very first Kickstarter, 500 or so backers, £33,000 for See.Sense, the original light, the 2.0, and we've just grown and built from there. So yeah, as I say, super excited to get Beam out to you guys. Can't wait to see what you think of it, and love to get your feedback. I'm really super excited, the first proper adaptive light out there that reacts to things like your speed. So as you're traveling more quickly, you obviously need to see further ahead, and so the light will automatically become brighter as you go faster to help you see further ahead. Obviously, the converse of that is that when you're travelling less quickly, perhaps travelling uphill, then it will dim down its brightness, so you still have sufficient to be able to see, but obviously it's conserving that energy for you, so you'll end up with anything up to 50% more runtime for the same level of brightness and visibility.
Does it adjust its light level to oncoming cars so not to dazzle drivers, which is quite a big one too?
Yeah, so that's a really important question, and one of the things is that we've got a reasonably tight beam pattern, so the majority of the light comes obviously forward straight out from the light. So if you've got your beam or beam plus angled down a little bit anyway, you're transmitting most of the light onto the road, which is where you need it to be, and then really it's the secondary light, the little panel of chip and board LEDs that provides that additional visibility. If you're in adaptive mode, that'll be flashing and pulsing to help keep you a bit more visible to traffic. But the intention is to make it so that it's not dazzling to oncoming cars. It's more akin to, a dipped headlight that has a beam pattern that looks primarily towards the road. It doesn't dazzle other road users as you're coming towards them. Obviously, with your beam plus and 1500 lumens, you've got 50% more brightness on there. We personally, when we're using them ourselves, we'll dim them down to sort of 2/3 brightness to that 1000 lumens that beam has, which just helps to make sure that doesn't happen. But it's really down to using your own judgment to make sure most of your light is hitting the road and not to the other traffic, and you should be absolutely fine.
Quite true.
It's amazing actually. Somebody mentioned the boxes, and big shout out to the Cardboard Box Company and local company in Market Hill who've produced the boxes for us. They're an amazing company. We've been working with them now for 6 or 7 years, and they just get the balance right. They're FCO 527s, I
can't remember.
I think they're FCO 527s, and they offer an amazing amount of strength to weight. So these boxes that we're packing them in at the moment can take probably 60 or 70 kilos on the edges before they actually crumple. So they're well up to the job of keeping things safe while they go in the post. But the guys at the Cardboard Box Company, they just do an amazing job of turning them around, making sure that they're very accurately made and they're a real quality box. And for me, I think it's when you start to look at those little details of how do we differentiate. Yes, we got great technology and a great light, but if it arrived in a box that wasn't that fell apart and half of them came out in the postage, we'd have so many more problems. So we've got to make sure that everything works from the technology through to the mount, through to the box, through to your experience of receiving a light. So yeah, it's really there's a backstory. There's a backstory to the out front mount as well. When we went through the design process with the company that produces it, they came back with a price, and we sort of there was a sharp intake of breath of like, how much is this going to cost? And it is quite a lot, and we looked at a lot of what was in the marketplace. We saw a lot of them are, they're fibre reinforced plastic, which is pretty decent, but ultimately, good quality anodized aluminium is just that bit better. And so we did go all out and put everything we possibly could in there in terms of, all the different adapters, the best quality mount itself, and the ability to mount a number of different diameters of tube as well. So it's a fantastic product. We make practically no margin on it, but we really wanted to have it in the range because we think it's really strong and really adds a lot to, particularly if you want to mount your beam and a computer out front to keep them nice and streamlined. Yeah, it's been an interesting couple of weeks as we've been waiting for that stock to arrive from the factory. I think Johnny's been checking the FedEx website pretty much a couple of times a day, calling them. I think the challenge was that we had 52 boxes, which was just over half a ton worth of cargo, and they like to keep that together. So we were waiting for space on all of the following transports, and then obviously, particularly that final leg of getting it across the water from GB to the Republic of Ireland and up to here, just seemed to take an eternity. So, but yeah, it's great that it's here, and we're super excited to get it out to you guys, and can't wait to see what you think.
Yes, and
thanks everyone for tuning in, and we hope you like your beam when you get it. Do share and feedback, and we'll see you guys again soon.
yeah, thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye bye.